Misfortune has its senses. Charles's charity after scandal made known to increase £7.1 million. Prince Charles's right-hand man Michael Fawcett resigned from his role running one of the British royals' main charities. He stepped down weeks after a newspaper report that said he had offered honours in return for donations. The Sunday Times newspaper reported in September that a Saudi businessman had received an award after paying thousands of pounds towards projects strongly supported by Charles, with the assistance of the Prince's aides. According to a latest report, Prince Charles's scandal-hit charity has reported a bumper year in its accounts with a £7.1 million increase in the fund balances to a £126.4 million, according to a report. The report said donations for the year ended March 2021 included a single £5 million contribution, the source of which is not disclosed. It said an investigation into the Cash for Honour scandal found no evidence that either Prince Charles or the Prince's Foundation's trustees knew anything about the Cash for Honour's manoeuvrings. Commenting on the report, royal biographer Angela Levin said, "I wonder if a proportion of the donations come from people who think that Prince Charles, has had a hard year from Harry, and have seen the dignified way he is handling it." Prince Charles has become embroiled in a fresh donations scandal, after it emerged a Russian businessman previously convicted of money laundering tried to donate £500,000 to his charities. The heir to the throne wrote a fulsome thank you letter to Dmitry Lias last year after the 51-year-old banker donated £535,000 to the Prince's Foundation and offered to meet him in person once the pandemic lockdown was over. However, the Ethics Committee of the Foundation later concluded they could not accept the money once they discovered Mr. Lias had been convicted of money laundering in his native Russia, although the conviction was later overturned. But rather than return the six-figure donation, it appears to have been diverted elsewhere, with the Deputy Executive Director of the Prince's Foundation, Chris Martin, telling Mr. Lias it had been passed on to another of Prince Charles's charities, Children and the Arts, the Sunday Times has reported. This organization has denied it ever received the cash and has said it is in the process of being wound up instead. The revelations come just 1 week after the heir to the throne's most trusted aide Michael Fawcett was forced to resign following allegations he helped secure a CBE for a Saudi billionaire who had donated £1.5 million to Prince Charles's charities. According to the Sunday Times, Mr. Lias made his donations after he was promised by a middleman he would get a private meeting with Prince Charles at a Scottish castle. It has also reported Mr. Fawcett has been advising the banker on how to improve his reputation and introducing him to charity executives to whom he could make other donations. The Prince's Foundation has now launched an investigation into its dealings with Mr. Lias, while Clarence House said in a statement to the newspaper, "The Prince of Wales fully supports the investigation now underway at the Foundation." But this has not mollified the Scottish charity regulator, OSCR, which has begun the formal investigation into the Foundation. In a statement, the OSCR said, "It is the responsibility of all charity trustees, the people who manage and control a charity, to act at all times in the interests of the charity and comply with their legal duties in doing so. In particular, they must ensure that all funds are spent in achieving the charity's purposes, and ensure that grants or donations are used in line with any conditions imposed. We will consider what, if any, further action is appropriate for us to take when we have been able to fully consider information provided to us by the charity."